The New York Jets are flying high. 3 wins in a row on their season. Their latest test will take them to Empower Field at Mile High on Sunday when they will battle the Denver Broncos. New York Post Jets beat reporter Brian Costello is back on the road again this week with the team, but he's here with me now for a Jets game preview. Brian, how's your week?
It's good, Dexter. How are you?
I'm doing good. My week was well. Can't complain. Now, before we get to this week's game, wide receiver Elijah Moore has requested a trade and won't play against Denver. A couple of things here. Do you think the Jets will move him? And does his request have any impact on a team currently riding a 3-game winning streak?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to move him, Dexter. I don't see any way they would trade him. The impact-wise, I don't think it'll have a huge impact in terms of like disrupting the locker room or being a distraction at all here. I think the locker room is pretty good. The thing is, Elijah Moore's a pretty good player, and I know he hasn't been targeted a lot this season, and that's why he's unhappy. But at some point, the Jets are going to need him, and that's kind of been their message to him: is just be patient, and his day is going to come. You know, this might be the day they needed him in Denver, and now they're not going to have him. So could it impact that way? Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, so they're going to miss him, and they need to get this straightened out. I'm curious, how they do get this straightened out, because obviously he's very unhappy right now, and they're going to have to do some work here.
Going to be interesting to see how and if I should say they can work this all out. Now the Jets, in terms of this game, they've been able to run the ball well, particularly the past 2 games, Brian, but they faced one of the best defenses in the league this week. QB Zach Wilson has 1 TD pass during the team's winning streak. Will Gang Green have to rely on Wilson's arm more than ever this week?
Yeah, I think if you're the Denver defense, obviously you're loading the box trying to stop the run. Denver has been better against the pass than against the run. Their secondary is really good. They've got a good pass rush. They have not been as stout against the run. So maybe the Jets can do it again and get Breece Hall going and run the ball. I think Mike LaFleur is going to have to be creative in calling the plays in terms of the running game. They've shown what they want to do. He did a good job last week in Green Bay of mixing it up, the end around to Berrios and some of the other kind of lining Breece Hall up at wingback and handing the ball that way. They're going to have to be creative again. But if you're Denver, the game plan is, hey, let's see if Zach Wilson can beat us. I think that's obvious. And, we might get a chance to see, can Zach Wilson do it if pressed? But this Denver secondary is really good.
Yeah, really good secondary. It will be a challenge for Wilson there. Now, the Broncos, they have said the quarterback Russel Wilson is a game-time decision for Sunday. If he plays, how do the Jets stop the Broncos QB?
I think they just need to keep doing whatever everyone's been doing to the Broncos offense. It hasn't been good. I mean, they're the lowest scoring team in the league. And now Russell Wilson is dealing with a hamstring injury, so he's not going to be mobile. I think the Jets can hold this offense down. It's just a matter of limiting the big plays. Can they not give up any big plays, which, they've been pretty good at recently. They haven't been getting killed with deep balls. Melvin Gordon had a weird game last week. Does he come back and have a bigger role this week? But the Jets have been good against the run. Against the Packers, they were very good against the run. And so I think the Jets defense can have a big day. The question to me is what the Jets offense can do against the Broncos defense.
Yeah, Brian, it sounds like you might expect this one to be kind of an ugly game. So what are the keys to Gang Green making it 4 wins in a row and giving the Jets fans a mile-high feeling on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it comes down to the offense, Dexter, and what can they do? It's kind of a confusing offense right now, right? They didn't throw the ball at all in the fourth quarter last week in Green Bay. They were running the ball. Zach Wilson only 18 passing attempts. Can they keep living like this, where they're basically taking the passing game out of the equation for most of the time, or do they need to have a game where Zach Wilson throws for 280 yards and 2 touchdowns, and can he do it if pressed? So I think it's going to be a defensive, ugly defensive game. And the question to me is whether Zach Wilson can step up and carry them if they need him to.
All right, we will see what the Jets offense can or can't do. Brian Costello, New York Post Jets beat reporter. He will be out there in Denver covering the game. Brian, appreciate your time. Safe travels, and we'll see if the Jets get a win.
Thanks, Dexter.